Welcome to Tekedia Daily. I'm Ndubuisi, Ekekwe. Today I will be discussing an experience we actually have in one of my companies. It's about a disruption in one of our product lines, largely because of the e-commerce experience in Nigeria. And that is also something I do really believe vividly that you could learn depending on what you are doing in the country. So we sell electronic kits, PK2, PK3. These are largely used for making electronic systems, especially by students across the country in Nigeria. We are an authorized Otirac, now owned by Intel, training partner. We are also a microchip authorized training partner for West Africa. So we used to sell dozens of these cakes every year, a lot of them actually. In short, there was even a time we sold more than 100 because we brought so many students together in Owerri to train them. And the strategy here is that by making these cakes available from the original equipment manufacturers, basically you are eliminating the issue of buying fake ones, maybe from China or from any other place. So people order them, people buy them. And the profits wasn't really much. We were not necessarily into this to make money because, the margin is extremely round figure. So it's not about the money. It's not about the profitability. But it's just like you are into electronics. You help companies across the continent travel to Rwanda, Gabon, Ghana, helping to set electronics labs. So it makes sense also that once in a while you have this stock available in case you have a phone call from a student or from a university or from a client that needs these solutions as quickly as possible. So since 2011, we have been selling this. Then all of a sudden, Konga Jumia, especially Konga, started selling these cakes. That was where he got very, very excited. Just like that, we lost the customers. I'm telling you, we lost the customers. We even have lower prices, but no one really cares because no one could actually see it. Yeah, no one knows that we actually exist in this specific area anymore because for those that are not coming for training, they just possibly Google on internet and just like that, what they see is Konga. And they're already within the Konga ecosystem and they can shop and buy whatever they want. So somebody may say, why don't we just go and put an advertisement in Facebook or and in Google? The reality is that electronic design in Nigeria is still a highly narrow area. It's still a focused, specialized, I'll call it a micro sector that if you are doing the advertisement, you are just shouting, but no one is listening. So you really just need to position yourself so that for the very few people who are doing this can actually find you and they will come when they need you. So advertisement is not necessarily very strategic. It's just waste of money. So what we have noticed is that these customers have moved, not just in Nigeria, but across West Africa, even across the continent, because these electronic giants are now stocking these components and these devices. And people can find them there and they just get them. And we are not making sales anymore. In short, throughout 2016, we did not sell a single component, a single PIC P kit. And that's just to tell you how impactful this redesign of the distribution element of the market could actually have a huge consequence for companies if your business depends largely on ability to reach customers and deliver your goods. So we were extremely disrupted by cutting us out in this whole business of selling pigs. So it's not about recession because these students, they still continue to make projects and they still continue to they have to graduate and they have to have these projects. And this is actually a growing area because most of them are getting excited building these embedded systems, building these technologies. So we never have an issue that recession will stop them from doing it. So largely, the price is not even so huge. So it is something that these students can afford. So the lesson here is that visibility It's very, very strategic, especially the digital ecosystem. You know, you may think that you have the best price, but what if no one knows about it? So the asymmetric of platforms, where there are so many platforms, are very low traffic frequented websites, and the big juggernauts of Konga and Jumia, where billions of people converge every year. So even if you have a better price, how many people even know about it? So that is the key, that in this era, as we transition into the digital domain, brand is going to be very, very key. And convenience will be a very huge factor. You know, it's something that happened in America before, where Amazon.com that sells books. The reason why Amazon won was not just because Amazon was selling books at a very lower price. In short, people could have even matched them. But the problem, no one will even know that you match Amazon's price. So even if somebody has a bookshop just across the city and the person is selling lower than Amazon, you may not even know, because you need to physically go there to actually have an opportunity to know whether that particular person has that book. But in Amazon, you just go online and Google it, check it up, and search it, and you can see it and order it. We have the same experience. If you are looking to buy something online, where will be your first destination? In Nigeria, most likely it's going to be Konga, it's going to be Jumia. You're not necessarily going to be looking at individual websites of companies. And because of the way Google builds its algorithm, the propensity to rank websites at sub 10,000 ranking is going to be better than ones that you have about 800,000 and 1 million. So they have an edge because people are constantly coming, and anything they put there, people find them faster than what you can actually put in your specific website. So it means that depending on what you do today, you have to be asking this question: will the experience we have of selling electronic cakes something that can come to you in future? You know, and just this morning, one of my colleagues in our office in Owerri sent me email, said that we'll be opening an office in Konga Jumia because we are just looking for a way, at least uh, to sell inventory. And I promise you that if we can sell off what we have in stock, we are not going to restock it because it doesn't make any sense. Because if you don't sell what we have in stock right now, in the next 12 months, because of the way the electronic sector works, the price of these devices will drop. The performance of the new ones will also improve. And all of a sudden, we have these devices in our hands and we can't do anything with them. So he's doing everything possible to make sure we get them out. And where are we going to do that? We're going back to Konga and Jumia. So, and this is a very interesting thing. It means that the long-term future of e-commerce is very promising. You know, they can systematically take more sectors. But of course, we have had so many discussions about this, that there are challenges on the way, there are things they have to hope that those things work very well for them, like logistics and infrastructure, and as well as the trust. But if you are doing anything that has to do with students, the trust factor, the logistical challenges, and all those negatives and barriers that we are discussing about e-commerce, some of them are not really very strong because these students, it seems they're already natives of the digital ecosystem. So they like this. They like to buy things online. So we are just taken out of this business by these e-commerce giants. And I don't even know if they notice it. They did it so perfectly well that they actually got us from nearly 80-70% market share into zero, because last year we didn't even sell a single unit, because everyone is buying from Konga and Jumia. So it's a lesson, and I'm hoping that depending on what you do, don't take it for granted. A company called Amazon got many companies to file bankruptcy. You have Circle City, you have so many companies in the United States. They were just collapsing because Amazon was using e-commerce to deliver services, to deliver merchandise across America, and companies were collapsing. Today, many retail malls and shops are collapsing because of the impact of Amazon. And imagine that in maybe the next 10, 15 years, if the e-commerce industry in Nigeria grows and matures, we can actually see some of those consequential impacts in the country. It's not necessarily going to come at the level of America because we never had a fully developed supermarket structure like they have here, or more structure than they have here. But what will happen is that there could be challenges for small companies that are dependent that the internet will give them visibility to sell their wares. We suddenly find out that no one will even discover them because everyone is converging in the platforms which are already popular. You are listening to Tekedia Daily.